Hey there, good evening. I'm Sophia.
And I'm Josh. Welcome to Pillow Talk on Hatch Plus, where the blankets never get tangled. Sophia, how's it going tonight? If your hatch light matched your mood this evening, what color would it be?
Okay, I've considered this greatly. I've sorted through the entire library of hatch colors, and I'm going with a spring green, which might seem a bit random since it's not really spring anymore, obviously, but I feel like I'm in a season of rebirth.
That's so exciting.
And I don't know exactly how, but it's happening. I just have projects that I want to work on and do, and I want to recommit myself to the craft of stand-up comedy, obviously, stuff like that. So I think that I'm going with the spring green because it's just I'm feeling energized. So yeah, that's my color.
I'm so happy to hear it.
Thank you. If you were a color, what would yours be?
My mood tonight is like a soft peach, which is kind of like a warm, glowing, gentle orange.
Mm-hmm.
You know those days where you just get into bed and you're like, oh, I can't wait to be asleep.
Yes.
So it's like excitement for sleep itself.
Yes. That's a good one.
It just feels like so nice. Like it's, the day is over. I'm relaxed, but more than relaxed, I know it's going to be a good sleep.
That's a really, really good one. Okay. Tonight, I want to talk about our little obsessions, our Roman empires. So, Josh, what's something random that you've been thinking about a lot recently and why?
Okay, so I know I'm getting older because I can't stop thinking about bridges. Every time I see a bridge on a waterfront or am in a car going across a bridge, I can't stop thinking people made this bridge. It's majestic. It's
unbelievable.
It's so fascinating from an architectural standpoint. And my dad, when I was young, would always do it. I remember we visited Seattle and there was a bridge that was kind of going between where we were staying, the hotel that we were staying in, and the downtown area. And every time we would drive across it, it was long and low to the water. And every time you'd be like, wow, this is quite a bridge. And I've started doing that. I have a dad obsession with bridges.
It feels like a feat of modern and human engineering.
Yeah.
It does feel amazing that we have found ways to travel over water. And I can't believe do you know about how they work? Because I can't even speak on that. But it is stunning to me that they stay up.
I don't know much about how they work.
Okay.
I've done a little bit of reading on just the Brooklyn Bridge, which is my local bridge. And it's amazing that that's existed for over 100 years.
Wow.
If you were hey, you got to build a structure that goes across the East River and connects Manhattan and Brooklyn, and it should be able to hold 1,000 people at a time.
Yes.
I'd be well, that technology surely doesn't exist yet.
That's going to come in the year 3000.
Exactly. I feel we're 1,000 years away, and yet we just take bridges for granted.
Okay.
Because I feel I live in New York City near many big bridges, and we've talked about Boston before, and I find the Leonard Zakin Bridge when you're on 93 going in and out of the city on the north side, it's the one with those purple uplights, and it's so striking.
That one's just crazy, and I feel I have such specific memories attached to that because I feel whenever I'm driving that I'm going on a trip out of town.
Yeah. No, totally. My parents live north of Boston. And so whenever I'm visiting them and going into the city for work stuff or to see friends, I'm always ooh, this bridge is taking me to exciting places. And I just like it so much. I think when they built it, they had those kind of warm, bright purple lights up at night. And it's really lovely. And then when those light bulbs ran out, I believe the initial plan was just to replace them with light bulb classic, just kind of a yellow light. And people were no, the purple stays. Or they were nah, dude, it's got to stay purple, kid. And yeah. And so I love that. But I was looking up longest bridges in the United States.
What did you find?
4 of the 5 longest bridges in the United States are in Louisiana.
Wow. Do you know why?
I guess it must just be because it's on the waterfront.
Yeah.
I bet there just must be more places where you
travel.
Yeah, where you need to get place to place and there's water in the way.
I wonder how long they are.
So the other thing that I learned was that there's kind of no standard way to measure how long a bridge is. Like some bridges go from like what they consider the on-ramp to the bridge
Yes.
all the way till you get off on the other
Yeah.
side. Some bridges only count how much of it is actually over water.
Water. Okay.
Yeah. So it's kind of non-standard. And so,
Got
and
it.
it's all self-reported. There's not, I don't think some person out there measuring bridges and going like, the longest, it's like you tell them how long your bridge is. They take your word for it, more or less. So the longest one in the United States is, and excuse my pronunciation if I mess it up, if you're from the Bayou, the Lake Pontchartrain Causeway, and it's 23.83 miles.
Dang, that's so unbelievable to me.
Isn't it incredible?
Oh my gosh.
But these both are the ones that are like close to the water and held buttressed underneath. They're not like, it's not like a suspension bridge where they're held up by cables. And
that would be unbelievable.
I bet that would like,
I don't know if that would be possible.
It doesn't seem like a sensible way. I bet if they started doing it that way, they would be like, these ropes aren't going to reach the whole way.
Wait, you know what I was thinking about when you were saying Boston?
Please.
Do you know about the Smoots Bridge?
Yes, I do know the Smoots Bridge. Yeah.
So there's a bridge in Boston and that connects between Boston and Cambridge, and like the tale, I don't know how like true this is that I don't know if it was a student at MIT or Harvard. I think it's Harvard in my mind, but I could be wrong. Some guy whose last name was Smoots and he was really short. And so one night him and his friends got very drunk and they measured the bridge in him. So it's like 1 Smoots, 2 Smoots, 3.
Lie down and then, move over.
Yeah.
And so, I didn't know that that's what Smoots were.
That is what I have been told.
Wow.
And I'm like, maybe that is like a old like tale, but that's what I've been told.
And it's like painted on the bridge, right? Like it says the number of Smoots and then Smoots. Yeah.
Do you think your favorite bridge is the Brooklyn Bridge, or do you have a favorite one?
I think it's the Zachem Bridge outside Boston. I love the
and
lights.
It's because it's like you're nostalgic.
Yeah, I'm nostalgic for it, and I think it's very beautiful.
Did you feel like you had a fascination with bridges even as a child? You kind of said you said your dad was interested in them too?
Yeah, my dad would talk about bridges, and I remember then kind of going like, oh, this is cool. Like clocking it when he said it of like, oh, that is nice, but like not thinking much more about it. And my dad worked in construction, so like I think he has a better sense than I do, certainly, and like a learned sense of what it takes to build things. And so I think it's like something that maybe comes naturally to him is maybe, an overstatement, but it's certainly something that is like feels natural to him now because he spent so much of his life on those kinds of projects.
That is so far from anything I'd ever be good at.
Same. I mean, like truly, it is not a gift that was passed down to me genetically. What about you? What have you been thinking about lately? I feel like I've been talking about bridges for so long.
Well, I really enjoyed it. I mean, that's the whole point. You could talk about it forever.
I know.
Okay, my thing that I think about a lot is, do you know who Clayton Echard is?
I don't.
Okay, he is a Bachelor, and I actually never even watched his season of The Bachelor. Okay. I'm not really like a Bachelor guy. I'm not huge on the show. It's a bit boring to me, but I have a fascination with him for a specific reason. You might know him because, do you know Gabby Windey?
Yes.
She's dating Robbie Hoffman.
Yeah.
She was on his season of The Bachelor.
Oh, okay. And then she was the Bachelorette after that.
Yes. And so I am fascinated with him because he has gone on a journey of self-discovery and self-exploration where he's gotten really into dancing.
Nice.
And he documents it online. It is really funny to me because he's not like awesome at it, I would say, but he has gotten a lot better.
What kind of dancing does he do?
Definitely in the hip hop realm, I would say.
Okay, I'm picturing it now.
Yeah, he got this one video of him that really kind of, I think, like birthed my fascination with him is he's doing this dance move called the Rick and Morty, which is like a hip hop dance move.
Okay.
And there's a song and it's like Rick and Morty, Rick and Morty.
Okay.
And he did a video that was like a before and after of him, like before he took his dance lessons.
So he was doing one-on-one, like kind of intensive dance.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
And is it, when you see him do it, are you like, this requires personal tutelage? Or were you like, you should be able to get this from videos?
I would say many people could get it from videos,
Okay.
but that I understand that he is not one of those people.
Got it. I don't think I would be one of those people.
He actually has said, I think because people are kind of like, wait, you did dance classes to learn this? He said that because he was a football player, he's like, I'm very stiff, which is why I wasn't a good dancer. That's why I had to get the dance lessons, the one-on-one coaching. But I just love his videos. It is like pretty embarrassing, and he is not a very good dancer for someone who's taken so many personal lessons. But it's also very sweet because he clearly loves it and is quite invested in it.
Wow.
And to the point where actually I had surgery like a couple months ago, and my friend Shemi bought me a cameo from him where he danced on video for me, which was awesome.
What a sweet gift.
Laugh. It made me laugh so hard. It was shocking.
What dance did he do in the video? Was it the Rick and Morty?
No, I think it was just like some hip hop moves.
Okay.
But I am just fascinated with him. And then I was also thinking of, okay, so then there's another Bachelor who actually I thought his name was Clayton, but it's Colton.
Colton, okay.
You probably know Colton because Colton is gay.
Okay.
Colton came out as gay after The Bachelor.
I do remember that.
He did this crazy, crazy thing on the finale of his season where he was mad that his favorite contestant had left the show, so he decided to hop the fence.
Wow. Oh, man. That's wild.
And he like runs up to this like gate, like a gate that is like very tall for cars to come in and out.
Mm-hmm.
And he like Thanos style like jumps over it and is like whoosh, and he just like, disappears out of screen.
That's amazing.
And then he did come out as gay, which is obviously very interesting to have so much passion about like a woman on the show and be like, you know what, that was misplaced, which is okay.
Yeah.
And now he's actually married and he has a husband.
Oh, that's lovely.
He did a whole documentary series called Coming Out Colton.
Sophia, why are these two guys, Clayton and Colton, like so galvanizing to you of all the hundreds of Bachelor and Bachelorette people we've seen over the years?
I think they just seem so like almost like AI generated man. Like there's no like stock image like man. Even with Colton, I like can't you see even it's like their names are the same. They're like the same person. And even one is like gay, which you think would be like, oh, there's something maybe a little more interesting about you.
Sure.
No. No. They're both just so robotic almost.
Yeah,
I don't know.
He's gay eye.
Yes, he's gay eye, exactly.
There hasn't been like a gay Bachelor or Bachelorette season yet, right?
Not like affiliated with the show. They did.
I do know that sometimes gay people get married.
No, but I don't think they've done like a gay version of it, like ABC. I know they did one where it is a gay guy, I think, looking for love, and half of the men are gay and half of the men are pretending to be gay and they're straight.
That's so mean.
I know. He has to like hope that he ends up with one of the gay ones.
No, I don't like that. That's a prank.
Me neither. I know, me neither. It's like, can't you guys just do it normally?
Right.
There have been many famous gay dating shows.
Right.
Like there's the Queer Ultimatum, which is about to come out. But I highly recommend my favorite gay one is called it's Are You the One? Have you heard of this?
Yeah.
This show is a show where they bring in, normally if it's straight people, they bring in like 10 straight women and 10 straight men.
Yeah.
And all of them have been based on quote unquote science.
Sure.
Have calculated that they have a perfect match. So like one girl has a perfect match and that's a guy.
Okay.
And they have to figure out who their perfect match is. And that is how they all win the money in the end. But they did a version where it was all gay people, like all people who were like into anyone, like all pansexual people or whatever.
And it was just kind of a Royal Rumble.
That is like, in my opinion, one of the best seasons of reality television. It's so crazy.
It sounds
because as you can imagine.
Well, because it's also like there's so many more combinations of chemistry that could happen, right?
Yes.
Where it's like with The Bachelor, there's one guy and he's like, "Are you my lady, my lady?"
I know. It's so boring.
Yeah.
I'm so fascinated with the shows where the end goal is marriage.
Right.
Because that is like The Bachelor is like, you have to be married. And I think The Ultimatum is, I don't know if it's specifically marriage, but I think it's one of them wants to get married and the other one doesn't. I'm pretty sure.
Right. And then there's another one, right? Is it Love is Blind that's supposed to end with like an engagement?
That one actually kind of starts with an engagement. That one's crazy. that one is like you have you seen it at all?
Yeah. I've seen the little bits where they're talking, but they can't see each other.
Okay, so that's the beginning is like you talk and you can't see each other, and then to get free of the pod, to like be released from pod jail, you have to propose to someone.
And otherwise, you just live there forever?
Yeah, otherwise you're stuck there forever. And you propose, and then it ends in marriage. And those ones, they get married on the show. I don't know if it's like real or not. It's so crazy.
I mean, not to be overly critical about something that, you know, brings people enjoyment and like they can always get unmarried, you know, they can if they want. But it's so funny to be like, okay, the premise of the show is you never see this person and then you propose before you ever see them and then you get married. And people are like, yeah, that makes sense.
And then the people are like, why is everyone so crazy? Yeah. And it's like, well, because the premise.
Right, because the people that are doing it are people that are like, sure, I'll get married to someone I've never looked at.
Yes. It's unbelievable. Would you ever go on? You're married.
I'm married.
But like hypothetically, do you think you would ever go on like a dating show? Do you know what I mean?
If I was single, I could see there being a one, but I don't think I'm a good Bachelorette contestant.
Right.
Because I feel like I'm not enough of like, here's a rose, my good lass. Like, I brought a horse to take us to our date. Where it always feels like it is like kind of it feels like an adult's idea of like how you would propose to like a Disney princess.
Yes. They're like, it's the process of courtship.
Yeah. It's like, it's like, Disney animated heterosexuality.
Totally. It is. It is. I feel like to go on a dating show in particular is to humiliate yourself to kind of the highest degree possible.
For sure.
And I couldn't do it.
What would the conditions have to be for you? Like, would you do it if you could be the one? Like, I know you said you don't like the ones where one person has all the power, but would you do if you could be that person?
No, because even that seems so bad. Like that, you're setting yourself up to look like the bad guy.
Right. What conditions would have to be met?
I honestly think that I maybe would go on The Bachelor if it was like gay somehow, because that is like the one where it seems like you could kind of control your edit the most in terms of like you're not with, because the ones that I enjoy more, which are the ones where it's like kind of a free for all and anyone can talk to anyone, you could always be on screen.
Right.
They can catch you doing anything.
Totally.
So I might want to go on one where it's a bit more controlled, where it's like we go on the date. And then I would just hope that I could have a Gabby Windy thing where it would be like I could say some sassy stuff and I wouldn't have to like end up with the person, and then I could get on Traders. I
think those are the best people, where someone shows up and is just like a force of pure chaos. They go on 3 dates with the person and they're like, I don't know, I think this is not going to work out. And then that person has like their own show called like Stephanie All Along.
Yes. I would love to be the star of Stephanie All Along in the end. Okay, Josh, I feel happy whenever we chat, and I feel like I've been filled with wisdom about bridges and among other things.
I feel like I've been filled with wisdom about the queer ultimatum and Love is Blind.
But I think it's time for me to turn in.
You know, this was such a wonderful talk. I'm so glad to know so much about Clayton and Colton. And I'm getting ready for bed too. So I'll talk to you next time. Good night, Sophia.
Good night, Josh.